Damas y caballeros, ladies and gentlemen, bienvenidos al show. Life in Zero Gravity. Tú sabes las vibras. You know the vibes. Vida en Cero Gravidad. You're aware of the vibes by now. The vibes we've been producing these vibes. You know? You feel me? We've been making this for a long time. And I don't know, you keep tuning in, so must be something to it. No, yeah, this is the first Zolo show in a while. Astro is at camp, so that's exciting. I don't know how many of y'all had a camp experience, but I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time on that actually, just going to camp. I really hope she has fun. You know, she was excited, but then once they're actually on the bus and they're about to leave, she started doing like tears running down, like she was doing that, like she looks sad. So one thing that is different though is I noticed that they put tints on all the bus windows now, so I couldn't really see her that well. I could just see that she was like, I could make out her doing this and waving, so y'all may miss Astro, or I'm sure you will. I mean, I don't know how some people, I've gotten some feedback that was like, oh, you're just doing a lazy show. You just got her on there. What do you think about that, kid? I've gotten like lazy feedback like that, or feedback about the show being lazy. And truthfully, it's like, I write, this is the type of stuff. This is a little inside baseball or whatever, but I write stuff like this, like it's how much I'm writing each week for the show. Like, it's not I don't think I ended up, this was one of the ones where we just went live. But yeah, so I'm writing like quite a bit of material each week for the show. It's not totally, I was about to curse. I forgot. We gotta wait first 10 minutes. I wasn't gonna say anything bad. I was gonna say half butted, I guess. So I wasn't, yeah. If you notice, I don't usually put, curse words in the titles. I can only think of one. I'm not about to say it right now. I do this just for future monetization purposes. I try to avoid cursing in the first 10 minutes, if y'all have noticed. But yeah, I hope she has fun. I remember having a great time at camp. It was like one of the first times I really felt grown up, because it's one of the only times that you're out without your parents at that age. When you're like 11, 12. I think I was 11. She's 12. I'm a summer baby, so she's a February baby. I'm an August baby, so I just was always younger than everybody. Look at this dog right here. You see him? What are you doing, dog? He just looks focused, right? But anyway, he looks nervous, right? What's going on? Good boy. Good boy. He looks like he's like waiting for me to tell him to get off the couch, but I'm not. I mean, I don't mind if he's up here, really. You can keep me company. This is the replacement for Astro for the week. I guess that's fine. He's biting himself, like he's biting his butt again, like right there. It looks like it's healing up. Yeah, dogs heal so fast, man. He bit that to the point where he was bleeding a few days ago. Now it looks fine. It just looks like a little more moisturized than the rest of his fur. But yeah, he's been going through it. One thing is like he'll go outside and he'll roll around, he'll lay like a sphinx and stuff, and it's like, well, that's why you get that stuff on your fur, bro. That's why you get it on your fur, bro. You not understand? I'm sorry, I know this isn't a replacement for Astro. If you keep up this work, you may get on there. All I need is You know, he's part wiener dog, right? So he gives the side eye. Leroy. Oh, it's not. He's not really side eyeing me. Actually, he is right there. He just did it. Oh, did it cut off? He's giving me that side eye. I think your fur got in the air, bro. We gotta take you for a walk, man. You gotta get some walks in. He's been taking a lot more walks lately, but he needs more. Yeah, look now. I spoke too soon. Now always giving me is these wiener dog side eyes. All right, I'm gonna cut away. That might you're gonna hear me demonetized. You keep licking yourself there. Who knew you had this much material? I did not realize. I did not realize. Yeah, see, this is what I'm doing, like all day. We're gonna take him to the vet soon. It's like it's out of hand, and I feel bad. Like I don't want him biting himself to the point where he's bleeding. I don't even understand how it got that bad. I kind of whenever he starts doing that, it's like I don't really want you next to me. Actually, this is gross, bro. Yo, stop biting yourself, man. Chill. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Good boy. All right, we got to cut away. Chill. Oh man, I slept like 2 hours last night, bro. Trying to be a good friend. I hope I succeeded. So, what can we do? Yeah, Jazzy went to camp. Astro went to camp. Her name's Jazzy, if you didn't know. But her whole government. It's Jasenthal James Simpson. I'm just playing. But yeah, I don't know why I said that. It's so random, such a random reference. Some people probably don't even know who I'm talking about. But yeah, her name's Orenthal Jasmine Simpson. So yeah, I don't know. Camp was fun for me. I felt grown up. It's interesting, like thinking about it. What did we do? We did like I remember doing like archery. That was random because I didn't expect to do archery. We did like archery. I know we did like some type of crafts. I remember going hiking at least once, probably a few times. We went like what did we do? Went hiking. We did like a dance type of thing. I remember drinking hot chocolate. It looks like their food got better. I got a picture. Jessie looked like she was eating good. They had like a buffet. I don't remember them having that when I went there. It was just like I don't think they had all that. Maybe they did. I just don't remember. I remember that honestly being one of the funnest times, though, for me of that time. The funnest times of that time. That sounds so stupid. You know what I mean? It was like one of the funnest memories, I guess, from that age was like going to camp. It's like go with your friends. I think I was in the same cabin as some of my friends, and like that's fun. I guess I don't remember if they let us pick our. I feel like a lot of us stayed in the same cabin, and now I was hearing that they got like 4 girls per cabin and stuff like that. I'm like, what? That's interesting. That's totally different. I went to camp a few times actually because I went with choir, which was cool. I remember doing that in high school. That was cool actually. Uh, one thing I remember doing is like when you're in choir, nobody really hears your individual voice, but there we got to like perform our own things. I wrote a song there and I performed it. And I remember all these girls are trying to talk to me after that. I'm not trying to brag, this pulling a Neujack right now, complete with the wink. And my wink does not show up well in this lighting. I swear I can wink well. Watch. Let's see. Oh, that looks way better. That look kind of good like that, huh? What's up, ladies? What? Yeah, let me tell. Why did I ever have it now? That lighting's horrible. That's the only thing. That's why I don't film out here. The lighting is horrible. This is more what I actually look like than like this is like. I don't really ever look like that. I guess I do under this lighting. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just playing. What are your camp memories? Like, I remember us having a fun camp counselor. What was his name? I remember us just calling him Gersh. I think it was Mr. Gersh, and I remember we were joking that like a Gersh sounded like diarrhea, like, oh man, I just Gershed my chonies. That's what it sounded like, Mr. Gersh. Shout out to Scotty Grippin. If you still watch the show, I don't know. You probably don't. I probably annoy you honestly at this point, but I love you, man. I miss you. I'd love to hang out with you again. I reach out to hang out, and this fool will be like, "Oh, I don't really hang out with people anymore." I'm like, "Damn, bro, what? What do you mean?" But still, it's much love, much peace, man. I hope you're doing well. I miss you. I'd love to see you again. Hopefully, we can coordinate something. I've barely seen this for the last like 10 years. That's sad. We used to always be hanging out, but he's the one of the people I remember from camp the most. Uh, I'm actually a pretty good dancer too. I remember he said something like, "I saw you shake it. I never want to see you shake it again." I was like, I don't know. I was just big and uncoordinated, but because when I was going through puberty, like I had like kind of a man body, but it was like I couldn't control it, like you know what I mean, fully. So I probably wasn't as. I'm actually a pretty good dancer. Like not like me saying that really. I thought I was whack, but people say I'm a good dancer, so I'm like, okay, if y'all think I'm a good dancer, it must be good. Because usually people are very critical of dancing. I mean, I got rhythm, that's how I make music in the first place. So if you make music and you can't dance, that's kind of weird, right? Because it's like, how do you have the rhythm? It's the same thing. How do you have the rhythm to record on beat and stuff? Well, a lot of y'all don't really though. A lot of y'all rap like Silk the Shocker. I'm just saying. There's a lot of baby Silk the Shockers out there these days. Oh man, I love that. Can y'all see that? Shout out Kurt the Hero. Actually, that's Kurt the Hero right there, too. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going, everybody? What was I going to get into? Oh, yeah. That was fun, though. I remember we got in trouble at camp because we, like, ran down the hiking trail. We just waited back and then we ran down. I don't know I don't know why we did that. I don't know why. We probably deserved to get in trouble for that, but that was fun. I thought we were going to get kicked out, like we were going to have to go home. I was like, for real? Because we were kind of annoying, I'm sure. We were, you know, I was a lot wilder when I was younger. I'm still wild, don't get it twisted. Still wild in your girl. Yeah. See, I don't like that lighting. It made my teeth look yellower. Like my teeth are pretty white, but in this lighting, it's just like, what? You see, this is the real lighting. Pretty bright, right? No veneers, nothing. No braces. Then this lighting, it's like, what is going on? Lighting sucks. I mean, they're not quite as white as my irises, but they're nice. Bro, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? Hey, you can lick. I guess that's fine. Look what he did to his ankle right here. Ridiculous. Yeah. We had a pretty cool camp counselor. That guy was cool. Now I'm looking back, I bet he smoked a lot of weed. He just seemed like that type of guy, which makes sense. It's like you're a camp counselor in Big Bear. I know they're blowing mad trees up there. For those who don't know, I got a lot of like most of my listeners are from the US, but fun fact, like I was just looking at the stats, I'm like, man, it's been broadcast to 53 countries. Like that's crazy. Where did y'all come? I mean, I guess that probably comes from the music fan base on Instagram at Life in Zero Gravity, the number zero. I know I got followers from all around the world, so that's probably where the podcast listeners come from. What a trip, though, man. Speaking of which, Well, should I get into that? No, let me finish up the camp discussions. Yeah, camp was fun. It's exciting. I don't know, like it feels like a bigger deal at the time than it really actually is, but I think it's cool. I hope that they have a good time up there. Hope there's no incidents, man. Like these, I don't know. I guess kids have always been mean. I know that's just a thing. It's like every show you watch, there's like bullies. Every show you watch about kids, there's like some kind of bullies, some type of conflict, right? But it's just like some of the stuff is just ridiculous. It's like why are people just mean to people that they don't know or really have a reason to be mean to? It doesn't make sense. Like I don't know how Astro comes across to you here, but as somebody that has worked in the education field and has worked with kids a lot, like she is legit one of the sweetest kids I've ever met, and like I'm very lucky that she's my daughter, you know. But I don't know how she comes across to you, but can you imagine why kids would be mean to her? Because I don't get it. I really don't. Like, how could you be mad at her? I don't get mad at her, and I'm around her a lot more than y'all are, and I'm her dad. Like, I've never been like mad at her really. I don't know, but yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why you keep biting yourself. Does it taste good? You like the fleas? Do they taste good? Yeah. Good boy. Eating the fleas. Eat them all. I don't want them on me. Eat every last one. But yeah. One thing I like. Oh, man. So I learned this actually last night because I was talking to Neujack about going to camp. I forgot that. Well, I think he gone by then anyway? I think he was. He left in like sixth grade, so he wouldn't have gone anyway. But a lot of schools have camps. You know, like so when he had this camp, I thought I thought for sure he went to camp. I didn't know. I thought like most people went. I'm realizing as I'm asking people, talking to people about it, like it feels very hit and miss. It's like half the people don't go or something. It's interesting. A lot of people don't go to camp. It felt like everybody went when I went, but maybe just all my friends went or something. Except Nick, but he was at a different school, so I didn't know that. So when I went to camp, I remember it being pretty cold. I remember that. I hope she has enough stuff, by the way. But Nick was telling me that he didn't go because his mom said that camp was for white people. I thought that was hilarious, man. I did not like that is a stereotype, but it is funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny. Camp is for white people. That's for white people. You don't do that, man. I thought that was hilarious. Like I know he really wanted to go too, and he couldn't go. It was like that sucks. That honestly does suck. But I could see why some parents wouldn't like it. Even as I was there today, like as I was like I went there to wave goodbye to Jazzy and all that, and as I was there, I what's it called? I saw like this guy who was like, "Oh, I need to get a picture of the license plate of the bus." I'm like, "Bro, they're not taking your kid." Like he was serious though. Like it seemed like a joke almost, but he was serious. He was like ready to pull his daughter off the bus. He was just freaking out. I was like, "Bro, they're gonna be fine. This is a school bus. Like this I'm sure this driver drives a lot." It ain't that hard to get to Big Bear either, so just funny. Like I thought it was pretty funny. But it was fun. I really liked it. I wonder. It's funny to think of like the whole camp thing, like Nick's mom saying that white people go to camp. It led me down like a rabbit hole where I was thinking. I was like, it's definitely known as more of a white people thing. Actually, my cousin, my cousin's well, he's Italian now, like on that side. But anyway, I kind of laughed because at the wedding, um, at my cousin's wedding, they were talking about like how they met and stuff, and their memories. And one thing that was funny that came up is, and it's relevant for this context, right? My cousin married a black girl, right? He's not as white as he looks. He looks very white. He looks very white. I mean, he's part Italian, so that's a mixture of stuff. He's part Irish, right? So, like, seeing him, he does look very white. So you just assume, you just put him in the white guy category. But his wife, when they were talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, and you took her camping for the first time. She never been camping, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of laugh in my head because camping is not something that, from my experience, black people are known to do. Like, it's just not their thing. I mean, there's that whole thing, like, it's a stereotype at this point, but it's like where like black people don't like insects and bugs, or like they don't like the camping thing, like the wilderness, like being around wild animals, like. And I totally get that aspect of it. You definitely got to be careful, but most of the time that you're going camping, you're going to like a safe like campground that's been tended to for a long time and stuff. Like it's stuff like that. Like you don't just camp in the middle of nowhere. Where you don't know the area at all. I think no, I probably just felt like that as a kid. I'm sure we didn't actually do that. But yeah, if you never had that experience, I think it's fun going out in the woods and sleeping in a tent. It's fun. Now I remember this is gonna trigger some memories for y'all. So I remember you wake up in the morning, you smell like potatoes cooking on like that speckled blue, the blue black like speckled griddle, the pan frying up some potatoes. I know you can smell those potatoes right now. Some of y'all listening to this or watching this right now. Well, actually, I guess just listening to this. If you're watching it, probably can't imagine it just by me talking about it. Like you watching me talk about it without any audio. Anyway, what am I doing? Going too far. But yeah, I thought I thought camp was fun. I hope she has fun. I hope these people don't mess with her because there was two kids. I'm not gonna say their names because I think some of her friends might watch this show. So, which I should probably keep it a little more PG. I mean, this episode I think has been fine. There's nothing super bad for a kid to listen to, but like some episodes, it's like, probably shouldn't listen to that one. You know. Remember the stereo days were wild. That was a wild time. If you listen to those old, like, for those who don't know, it probably sounds weird when I say the stereo episodes. There was a while where I was recording episodes with the stereo app, which is it's basically like an audio only social media type of thing, where you'd have conversations and you could record them. I used a couple of them for this very podcast. So yeah, back in those days. Some of those episodes are pretty wild because you just can't predict what people would leave like voice messages, and you can't predict what they're going to say. People will just say wild stuff. Sometimes it's unrelated to the conversation. Sometimes it's related, but it's like racist or homophobic or just way out of line. So you can't predict it. So some episodes there might be stuff like that. That's not totally my fault. I can't predict what people will say in voice comments. Some of those episodes we were getting a lot of voice comments, we were getting hundreds of voice comments in like an hour or so, like just live. People wanting to chime in. So fun times. It was fun times. Yeah, I actually missed that app. I don't know how that app is doing now. I have not been on there in a long time. If anyone knows, hit me up. Let me know how stereo's going. The app had a lot of potential, and then they started just like rewarding the people on YouTube, which I thought was messed up. Like that like people that already had YouTube followings were getting rewarded for having their YouTube followings, and they were getting like special treatment, or when they'd have competitions for people to win money, it's like, oh, whoever has the most listeners for this thing or whatever, and it's like, well, the guy who just jumped on here from YouTube who had like 1 million subscribers is going to beat people. it's not really fair, right? It's people that are just kind of working this out. I'm still not heavy into YouTube. I guess I do have like 100 podcasts posted on there now, or however many that is. I know it's over 100. Well, oh, this is number 126, I believe. Well, actually, not gonna lie, I'm late uploading 125. So, yeah, this will be. I shouldn't have even said that because this will be number 126. We're still going in order. But yeah, kind of messed that up. My bad. I hope I don't get sued. Just give me a sponsorship anyway. I'm gonna have to blur. Maybe AI can just blur that out of all of these podcasts. That'd be nice. Knowing them though, man, they're ridiculous lately. So Spotify lately has been coming after me for using other people's songs on here. And like, there's times where I've used beats from songs and stuff or whatever, like, or I sampled someone's stuff and put it on here. But I got hit with like two things where they have to review it to see if I use someone else's music. One of them was a Guns N' Roses song. Anyone who's listened to this show, now I don't have anything against Guns N' Roses really, but anyone who's listened to this show will know that I have never played Guns N' Roses on here at all. So that was insane. It was saying one of my songs was like a Guns N' Roses song. And I heard the song and I was very confused. One of them was like all instrumental, but it's all electro sounds, and they thought that was somebody else's song too. I'm like, bro, I made these on my keyboard. Like, I can promise you I didn't steal this from anything. I don't know. Just very weird. I don't know what's going to happen, but they were trying to take some episodes down. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just take the song off and put it back on there, which by the way, I know I'm missing an episode. I got to get that back up. We took some Steven Universe beat off of YouTube that was already on YouTube, by the way, rapped over it. Honestly, that song literally took me like 5 minutes. I recorded it. I almost like one taked it. I think I did, and then I just like became a perfectionist and recorded it a few more times. I was like, well, it's not going to get any better than that. So I just thought that was that was so wild to me. But yeah, new angle. Who dis? Like, it was two songs that I got hit with recently, and I'm like, both of these were made on my keyboard. I did not sample anything. Like, I literally played these notes. It was just, yeah. We'll see what happens with it. I mean, I think everything will work out in my favor, but hey, you never know. I feel like there's just a lot of people that are trying to they're trying to squeeze everybody for every last cent, and it's like, I'm not stealing people's music. I would never do that. I would never try to pass off somebody else's music as my own. Okay, maybe some of y'all would disagree with me about stuff I've sampled. It's like, bro, I think it's pretty obvious when I sample. And I'm not trying to take all the credit. I think it's very clear, especially in this day and age where you can Shazam everything. Although sometimes when you Shazam like my songs, it just goes back to my song. Like, if it has a sample, it doesn't pick it up. Because I mean, I'm not just straight up like taking an old song and rapping over it. Like, I actually am changing up the sample so it doesn't, so it fits into the format and sounds a little different. Like, there's a lot of reasons why I do that. So yeah, I'm gonna get into. I actually watched a movie this week in the theaters. KZRO review. So I saw the movie Sinners. It was a Ryan Coogler film, um, starring, like, I swear, Michael B. Jordan is in every movie he made, right? So I saw it. I thought it was cool. I saw it with two other people. Neujack was one of them. Shout out to Neujack. Also, shout out to Neujack for his birthday. His birthday just passed. So I got the tickets as like a birthday gift, you know. Saw it. It was cool. Like it reminded me of a lot of From Dusk Till Dawn, if anyone's seen that movie, where it's kind of like, I guess, a normal movie, and then it switches in a way, but I mean, everybody knew, I guess we all knew going in what was gonna happen. Like, but watching it, it was good, especially like when I was first watching it, I was like, okay, I could see the hype because the hype behind that movie's crazy. Like people are saying it's like the best movie of the year, it's like the best reviewed film of the decade, like all this stuff. And then when I saw it, I guess I'm just expecting like, oh, this is gonna be like mind blowing or like, this like it's like something I never seen before. And then when I saw it, it was just like it was good. It reminded me of some other movies I've seen. And there was stuff that I think could have been done differently. I don't know. Like one thing that was weird, and I guess this is spoiler alert, people. Spoiler alert. I think that's good though. I've been talking about this for a while, so it's not like I'm just sneaking in. I hate when people do that. The spoilers. The worst for me was like when I remember I was reading some article. I got lost in a rabbit hole. Like, your phone will just send you articles that it thinks you'll be interested in. There's one I was watching or I was looking at, and it was about Kanye. I don't even remember what the article was about, but I remember someone in the comments section was like, wow, that's crazy. But what's even crazier is like all these people died in Avengers Endgame, and it like had the whole death list, which, by the way, that totally ruins the movie. That was like probably the most major plot point of that entire movie. And they just ruined it. They ruined it. But yeah. So I don't know. Sinners was cool. I feel like I would recommend it to people. I don't think everybody would like it though. Most people probably would. Like one of those things. But I thought it was cool for what it was. Um, I just don't. I don't know. It's like it's just missing something that kept it from being like a great movie. But that's what I was gonna say about the spoilers. So they had the indigenous people. They're chasing after this guy, and they follow him to this house, and they're trying to ask if this guy went inside because the guy is like, basically he's a bad guy. Like he's trying to do some wild stuff. So I was like, I'm watching it, and I'm thinking, why does it not? Are these guys gonna pop back up? Because they basically were chasing after this guy who was a vampire whose like back is melting in the sun, and then he gets the problem. I guess when you let them into your place, then that's when they can actually enter. If you don't let them in, they can't come. That's like the lore behind this or whatever. So, as I was watching this, I was thinking like it was reminding me of From Dusk Till Dawn, the whole flip, but I don't know. It just didn't quite have like that special element to it, I guess. I don't know what it is. But I thought it was a good movie. I'd recommend it to probably most people. I think would like it. I don't think everybody would like it. In fact, I've seen some people hate it for some reason. I'm like, whoa, that's too far. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but they're saying it's just a bad film, and I'm like, I don't know if you could really say it's a bad film. You might not like it, but I don't think it's bad. You don't run the world, but yeah. So I would give Sinners an 8 out of 11 Zeus slaps God. I thought it was cool. Y'all are overhyping it though, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't think that should be happening. So y'all gotta chill on that one. Let's see what we got next. I helped out in some classrooms this week. I was getting back into like my teaching, and I I did it like when like late last year. I was doing some help, something like that. Getting back into it. I enjoy it. It feels rewarding. Sometimes it's not worth it, so I won't do it for a while. But I'm trying to do better with it. Like I'd like to be there more, helping out the schools. So in my work, helping the schools, like probably the most hilarious thing that I witnessed was like a group of like young boys singing Chaperone, or they're singing the Pink Pony Club. The Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing in the Pink Pony Club. That song, if you heard it, dang, I kind of hit that. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing in the Pink Pony Club. Pink Pony Club. Anyway, yeah. So, man, I strained my voice. Well, not really. My throat's just dry. So when you sing after spending like half hour straight talking, that's the results. So yeah, y'all. I thought it was cool. It was funny to witness that. They're singing that other song she has, HOTTOGO. They're singing that during lunch. I thought it was making me laugh. HOTTOGO. Some of those kids seemed a little zesty too, so it made sense. It's a lot more zesty kids, it feels like, or who knows, maybe it's always been like that and we didn't know, but I think something's going on. I don't know exactly what it is, but it definitely feels like there's more people that are LGBTQIA plus. I don't know if there's more letters than that right now, but that's what I got. And that's what you're gonna have to accept. So yeah, back in the classroom, Mr. Young. Leroy, stop biting yourself. Stop. Stop. He's hurt himself, I'm telling you. Keep telling him to stop, he won't stop. Chopping your neck. Chopping your neck. He doesn't mind. He's a big dog. Doing big dog. Well, you're not even big. You're medium, as I always say. But yeah. Yeah, I was helping him out. For some reason, the kids love me. I don't know what it is, but anytime I do these classes, they end up like hugging me or something like that. Like they hug me or they like tell me how I made a difference and stuff like that. It's like, I don't know. You did good. I wonder. All right, I wonder where to go from here. No, I'm just kidding. For some reason, yeah, the kids love me. Whenever I sub these classes, they're so sweet and they get so attached. Like they want to like see me, talk to me. For some reason, like they end up really missing me when I'm gone. I'm like, what did I do? I guess I just interact with them differently than the teacher. So I'm like pushing, you know. But yeah, much love. For some reason, yeah, I mean, I want kids to be kids for as long as possible. Honestly, the world's always trying to make kids grow up. Like the world needs to chill. Kids didn't do nothing. But yeah, we gotta do better, man. We gotta let kids be kids and live and learn the history and all that. We can't just keep getting rid of that. I know that's what some people want, but we need to stay focused on history. I'm sorry they don't like the content of history, but it's like, well, what do you want me to do? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I'm trying. I'm leaving. I'm getting sad about like Jazzy growing up. That's a difficulty. You know, kids are always in such a rush to grow up, and it's like this is like one of the funnest ages of having more fun with her than I've ever had, and maybe that'll continue. I feel like people start resenting their parents in like high school and stuff, so hopefully that will not happen. But yeah, um, I just want kids to be kids for as long as they can. Interesting. I want kids. I don't know, like the world tries to teach these kids to grow up, and it's like it's nothing bad with being mature and stuff, but these kids' lives are just destroyed. So yeah, let's see. So don't be excited. Wait, what did I write here? Hold on. Don't let anyone. Don't let. Oh, my bad. I miss Jessie being a kid. That's probably the most important thing. I will miss it. She still is, but that switch is gonna flip soon, and then she might end up hating me. I know they hate their parents and stuff, and it's like, I think, yeah, you know what? Honestly, let's see. What do I want to get into? The world is just full of like judgmental ass people that tell you can't do stuff that you clearly can, and I don't know. The world's full of stuff like that, and it gets old. We deserve better. I think what I'm gonna do. Can I run through any of this? Um, yeah, I don't take a lot of shorter episodes, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm like gassed. I shot my load. I don't know. I think I'm good. I appreciate y'all for coming on. It's been a pleasure. I hope you enjoy the map. Okay, good. And I'll slide. Yeah, I'm just gonna slide. But no, yeah, I think I'm gonna get going, man. I love y'all. Much peace, much love. It's been fun. I probably should cut some of these episodes down more, because there's episodes I have where it's like probably didn't need the crinkling noise for 15 minutes, ruining my show. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Still young enough for a lot to change. We love you. Yeah, I'll talk to you next week. Thanks for joining Life in Zero Gravity. Until next time, smooches. I'm just playing.